African Safari Wildlife Park is a wild experience with over 800 exotic animals. Our drive-through safari features giraffes, zebras, deer, elk, alpacas, and even a white bison, all of which you can feed right from your vehicle. Walk on the wild side with a Zoo-It-All pass and feed kangaroos, porcupines, tortoises, and rabbits. Step into our aviary adventure and hand-feed budgies for a memorable experience. Check out our live educational shows or ride a camel. Create memories that will last a lifetime at the Ohio Safari Park, African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the morning show right here on the New Main Street TV. We're so happy to have you joining us today. Of course, Jennifer here to start off the morning show with our good friends, and I say friends because we have two friends here. You just can't see one. From the Jackson City Library. So we're going to talk about all fun things coming up at the library. But first off, tell everybody who you are.
Hi, I'm Sharon Leally. I'm the Youth Services Director at the library. So I have all the kids from newborns all the way through the teens and the young adults.
You know, and one of the great things about the library during the summer is it is a good escape for the kids. You know, they may not think it, but they still want to learn and use their brains and do fun things, and that's where you come in.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun things going on. So whether they aren't really into reading, there's still great things that they can do and have fun with at the library. We have our Story Times Outdoors this year, which is a new event for us, but I think it's wonderful. We had our first one last Tuesday, and we had 20 kids that, you know, really seem to enjoy it, and I'm sure we'll have more this week. So, yeah.
Well, very good, and we'll get to all of the not all of, but some of the fun events that you have coming up at the library. But we did want to introduce, and I think he's been here, one other time?
Yes.
And I didn't get to meet Lewy when you were here before.
I heard you were disappointed.
I was very disappointed because you know how we love dogs and animals here. But Lewy is here with us, so there he is. He's wild.
You can see.
He is crazy.
People call him lazy, but I just call him calm.
Calm. I think that's a better word. That sounds more politically correct,
right.
Doesn't it? Yeah. But no, so let's talk for a minute about Lewy. And is he at the library every day?
He's there whenever I'm there. He's my dog. So I bring him in the morning, and so 40 hours a week he's with me.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And Lewy has been kind of trained to behave.
Oh, sure. He was supposed to be a service dog, but he flunked because he adores squirrels. So, that's not a bad thing in the library where we don't have too many squirrels. So he's safe in the library. But he loves kids. And whenever he sees one, that's where he gravitates to. He is great at reading with them. So if they want to bring a book to read to him, he lays there very calmly and they can pat him. And he just thinks it's the best thing in the world to get attention from a child. So,
and I mean, who wouldn't think that, right? I mean, hello. And I'm sure that the kids love him equally as much. So tell everybody a little bit about Lewy. How did you get him, and what is he, and all of that?
Okay, so when I was volunteering at an organization called Four Paws for Ability, and they train service dogs for children with, all kinds of learning disorders, and seizures, like all kinds of things across the board. Lewy was supposed to be an autism alert dog, so he was supposed to alert to a chemical reaction. But for that you have to be very focused on the child, and you could see he veered off. He wasn't focused enough. So I had him I think he was about 18 months old when they finally released him from the program, because they could tell he just wasn't going to fit the mold. You have to be perfect if you're a service dog. And he is a wonderful library dog, and I wasn't going to adopt him, but my library people, the board, everybody was so on board with it, and they said that this, he just fits in well. He's hypoallergenic, You know,
Right.
to a point, there's always going to be somebody
A little
with
bit,
maybe
yes.
would have allergies. But he's very gentle with children. He will just lay there for whoever, no matter what they do. He's very calm. And so he doesn't bark. He barked for me this morning, though, because I locked myself out and I was knocking at the door, and he knew, and he was barking, so Roger came and let me in. But, you know, other than that, he really doesn't bark very much. So it's for a purpose, and that's a good thing.
You know, and I think it's so neat for you to have this dog at the library, because there are a lot of kids out there, for whatever reason, you know, they don't have time, or their living situation is not so, maybe they live in an apartment or something where they can't have their own. So he can kind of be the dog for all the kids that
Well,
don't
try
have
to
their
imagine like teenagers after school, how they are. They're all wowing for sound, and they're all like just kind of crazy. Well, they come in the back, and Lewy will sit right in the middle of them, and they talk, and you can just see the tension coming down on them.
Right.
And it just like seems to calm them, and that's good for the library too. I mean, you know,
Yeah, right.
I know teenagers, and they can be whatever they want to in our library. They are always invited.
Sure.
But for them to sit there and talk to Lewy, and then you can see that they're, you know, talking to each other and stuff too. But I think Lewy is a calming presence for them.
Of course.
And some kids have come in crying and just in tears, and we'll sit and talk, and Lewy will be there, and they, you know, it just helps.
Yes.
So like not only in the library, but we also, when we were able to, we'd go to the schools, so we'd read with the first graders, and well, they would read with us, so we would listen to them, and it's just so fascinating to see their growth through the whole year.
Yes.
And Lewy loves being there with them. He doesn't care if it's 6 kids or 100, so.
Well, very good. And I was talking with Jenna, our new intern, beforehand the show, and I said, "Have you gotten to meet Lewy?" And she said, "I do believe I met him at the library, at the school library, right?"
Oh, okay.
So you had obviously brought him to the school, and that's really cool as well. And you know, he is a very calming influence, so we love that. And there he is on the floor. There you can see on the side.
We go to the
Lewy
nursing
cam.
homes. We go wherever we're invited. And that's the thing with therapy dogs. He is a certified therapy dog, so that we've gone through all the training and, you know, beyond what Four Paws did, which they did an amazing job with him, but then he had to learn specific things. And so we do go where we're invited. We don't just go into places that don't know that we're coming, you know.
Sure, you don't just assume.
Right. So we have to wait. So if they want to call us and ask for Lewy to come in, we generally like to either deliver books or magazines or read a book or something. You know, it has to be library.
Sure.
You know, things, but we are open to anyone. Give us a call.
Very good. And Lewy might arrive on the scene.
That's
You never
right.
know.
That's right.
All right. So, and I assume he's a Labradoodle, right?
He's a golden doodle.
A golden doodle.
Yep.
Okay.
His dad was a real dark russet golden.
Very good.
Yep.
You didn't come out the same color, buddy.
No, but he's got the big blocky head like a retriever and
Yes.
the big feet and stuff. So he's like built like Daddy, but his mom's a very elegant chocolate poodle.
Aha.
Very gorgeous.
Very good.
He does not look like Mom.
No, he definitely looks retrieverish
Yes,
for
he
sure.
does, yeah.
Other than those big long legs that he has.
Yeah.
That's the poodle coming out.
That's a poodle.
All right, so let's talk about some of the fun library events that you all have coming up, because there are a ton
There
of
are.
different things.
We're handing out our library bags too so our kickoff event happened the other day, but we didn't hand out many bags, so we have bags left, and they have all kinds of goodies in them. We'll hand them out at the Barker Farm event, which is June 23rd on
We're so excited.
the Jones Museum
Yes.
property. So it'll be there, and kids are invited. We'll hand out the bags, and in it we have a whole list of our events that we're going to go on. But so Tuesdays at Parkview at noon, we have our story time, and that's generally for the younger kids, but families are invited. I've had older kids come, and they still have a good time with us. We do a craft. Besides the story time, we do crafts and a snack, and we give out little gifts like all kinds of things. And they have a really terrific playground too, and the kids enjoy running around.
Is that like the old Parkview School?
Yes, it's a
what is that now?
Jackson Vinton Community
Okay,
Action.
I knew
So
it was
it's Head
something.
Start.
Okay.
Yeah, and they
Very good.
they were gracious enough to say, yes, come and join us. So
Now, is that rain or shine, or is that...
if it's a torrential downpour, I'm going to say no, but just regular weather, they've got a nice shelter house with 4 good-sized tables there.
Okay,
So
very good.
We suggest you bring a blanket or a chairs, because you can sit around us too if you want. There's plenty of shade, so
Okay.
it's really nice.
So that would be for kids ages...
Like 3 to 5 is generally the area we're shooting for, but any age that wants to read a story with us, we're fine with it. We have a good time.
Very good. And will Lewy be there?
Louis is always with me. Yeah, Louis pretty much my shadow. He likes to go with us.
That's good.
Yeah.
Does he have his own seat belt and stuff, or does he just hang out in the car?
No, he goes in the back seat, and I have a Mini Cooper, so he can't go too far in the Mini
He's
Cooper.
kind of yeah.
But he was one of those dogs. I had several that didn't like my Mini Cooper, but Louis is fine with it. Yeah, he just jumps in the back, and we have a clip that we clip him in.
Yeah. Very good. All right, so those Parkview days are Tuesdays.
Tuesdays through, I think it's July 22nd is our last. Oh, that's a Thursday one. July 20th. So all
Okay.
through June and July.
Okay, very, very good. So we'll do that. And then let's talk for a minute about, we're very excited here about the visit with the Barker Farm animals, and that will be at the Jones Museum.
Right. It'll be outside in their backyard, and it will be great. So
We're
everybody's
excited.
invited.
We decided we were going to come and pet stuff.
Okay.
If we can.
Yes, I think they will let us. I think they're bringing a sloth. Did you hear that?
No. I saw a sloth.
Hopefully.
That would be so cool. The Columbus Zoo brought a sloth to the Apple Festival and did like a little thing, and they are insane. They're so fun. They just kind of like hang there.
Yeah.
Hey, Jen, you know what else they're gonna have? A camel.
Shut up.
I know you've been psyched about camels.
I didn't know they were
Recently.
bringing the camel. All of it, of course, depends on the health of the animal. There could be
Sure.
anything go wrong. But yes, I've heard sloth. Camel.
No, it's become kind of a joke because on that African safari wildlife video that we play at the beginning, it says, and you can ride a camel.
Well, we're probably not going to ride this camel, but
I got to ride a camel named Nacho at the Jackson County Fair, so I've let them all know numerous times about that.
but you've done that. That's
Yes.
exciting.
But no, so the Barker Farm animals, that is June 23rd.
Yeah, it starts at 2. So
At
it'll
2.
be- Yeah. Yeah, and then we're going to do it like every other week. So then July 7th, we'll do the Superhero Day, and that's out at the Tri-City Farm, or the Tri-City Theater.
Okay.
And we're doing a movie, and also Spider-Man's going to join us. And Louis has a costume. So we're going to do pictures, and kids will get to actually talk to Spider-Man.
Now that's some cool
If
stuff.
the kids want to come in costume, any kind of costume they want to, they can come. Okay, so the big important thing about that one is they have to have a ticket, which is free, but you have to come to the library.
Okay, and get your ticket.
Get your ticket from the front desk.
Okay.
So you have to come, and we will give it to you free, but you come and get your ticket at the library.
Okay. That seems like a fair trade.
Yeah, we want to keep it so that we know who's coming, how many to expect, and hold it,
Yeah.
you know.
Absolutely. Okay. So that's coming up, and that's July 7th.
Yeah, and then the very last thing, a lot of the kids have seen Tom Sparrow before. He's a juggler. And we did it one year in Lake Sealing that wasn't any higher than this. It wasn't really great. So this year we're going to do it outside at Manpower Park.
That might be
Yeah.
better.
I think
Sky's the limit there.
He thought it was pretty funny. It was quite a challenge, and he did it. But he keeps all the kids involved. He teaches them a little thing to do, and it's really cute. He is like the most gentle person you ever want to meet. He's very soft-spoken and like thoughtful, and he's hilarious. He's really good.
There
So
you go.
It's very
Entertaining.
family-oriented. It's very, good. It's a good event. So.
And that one would be July 21st at Manpower Park.
At 2. All of
these are at
Wednesday
2.
ones are at 2. Right.
Okay. Yeah. And Lewy will be there juggling as well?
I think Lewy's got it. Maybe they can juggle Lewy. No!
Lewy! What?
Yeah, he's a good boy.
He is a good boy, and he is so precious and sweet. So that's a lot of stuff for the summer going on at the library. And, again, all of these are fun, free programs for the kids.
And I had to learn something during COVID, how to do Zoom.
Oh, yeah.
So we do a virtual story time for children, because some people aren't in Jackson, but they still want to do a story time with us. So I have several kids that do Zoom story time with me, and anybody's invited to do that. They just have to let us know what their email is, and we send them an email address, and we do a Zoom story time, which was really the only way I could communicate during the pandemic stuff. So
at least we have that technology, right?
I learned it. I did. It was fun.
Someone's like, we need to do a Zoom meeting. I'm like, somebody else gonna have to set it up, because I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
I've participated, but not. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I have IT people that set it up for me. All I have to do is push a button.
And luckily, we haven't turned ourselves into cats or anything like some of these other people.
Yeah, but Lewy would like that, though.
He would like that.
He likes kitties.
So, what's his favorite thing in the whole world?
Me besides food?
And you?
Kids, I think. If you had 100 people in the room and there was one child, he would find that one child.
Really?
He would. He just goes right to him. Because if you come to the library and you ask the front desk, can Lewy come to visit? We go up, and he knows who's waiting for him. Aww. There'll be people all over, but he'll see a kid and he'll go, whoop, there we are.
There we are.
He's very excited. So anytime you come to the library and you want to visit with Lewy, just ask, and we'll come up there. He doesn't stay in the main part of the building. He's back with me in the office.
Okay. But
if they want him up there, we go. Don't we, Lewy? It's the best part of the day for him.
I would say so.
Yeah. And I've had a lot of people just, say that they've seen Lewy here, there, and they really like to visit him. So.
He's famous.
In the library crew, yes. Yeah. Even other libraries.
That's so funny. No, it is interesting how people learn animals. So Jamie and I we have a dog named Marley, and I told you she's a yellow lab. And so when we first opened the brewery, she was there a lot just because we were there a lot, like, working on things and whatever. And people got to know her. And so I said, this is really sad. We were at a place in Columbus, at a brewery in Columbus, and this lady walked up and said, is that Marley from Sixth Sense? And I was like, yes. I'm like, they don't know us, but they know the dog. I said, Jamie, this is really disheartening.
No. That's totally what I
cute.
get, too, because wherever I go, it's always, hi, Lewy.
That's right.
That's okay.
We aren't anybody.
We're the other end of the leash.
Yeah, exactly. They're way more important than we are.
That's all right.
They just allow us to hang out with them. No, I think what you're doing at the library is amazing, and for the kids and all of that, that's really when I think of libraries, and an escape for them, a place for them to go, cool off even.
Yeah. It's a safe zone.
It's a safe zone. It's a quiet place for them to go. Well, sometimes. But
not exactly the quiet library that we used to be. But that's okay.
But it's just a good place for kids to be able to go, and it's something that they can do on their own, and so what's required in kids coming in and maybe checking out books, things like that?
Well, we have a policy for them to get a library card. Right now, if you come in and get a card, you can get a cookie from Lewy because it is his birthday coming out. So he's handing out cookies to people that get new cards with us.
What?
But, yeah. So to get a card, we do need to have an adult with you.
Okay.
They need to have, your address and your phone number and that kind of thing. And it's free, so it's easy to do. We do there is a provisional card for students if they don't have their parent with them. Say 13 or 14, they come in and they don't have a card. We can get them a provisional one that only allows them to use the computer or check out ebooks or that kind of thing. And then when the parent or guardian wants to come in, they can fill out the regular one. But yeah, getting a library card, you can do it online now. You can do it all kinds of different ways. You don't have to live in Jackson to have a card with us. You just have to, fill it out.
Well, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
And what are some of the other things going on at the library? I know that you focus more on the youth and the kids, but what are some of the other things that people might want to know about the library? Maybe they don't know.
Yeah, we do have a Wi-Fi, a hotspot that goes out now, and that's for people that, don't have the internet, but they can check it out from the library for a 2-week period, and it's free. And they can have Wi-Fi at their home for free, and they can be on a regular basis with those, and we've got a whole bunch of them. So they do go out. They're very popular. We also have Chromebooks that now you can check out. Most kids have them because I think the schools gave them out, but there are Chromebooks there for people. You can use them in the library or you can check them out too. They've got a lot of different things going on. Of course, now, right now we don't have any adult programming, but we're going to evolve into that too, hopefully soon.
Okay, very good, and that sounds like a lot of fun, and Lewy can hang out with the adults too.
That's right. I know, we've had kids, I come up there and go, you are not a kid. They have no shame.
Someone's requesting the dog. Wait, you are 50. That's okay, though.
That's right. Lewy's okay with that too, as long as they say hello.
No, he is so precious, and it's interesting how animals find us, isn't it?
Yeah, he was meant to be at the library. I really feel that. I almost gave him back, but, they just said that they loved him too at the library and encouraged me to keep him. So we did.
Very, very good.
I really didn't need a third dog, but that's all right.
Hey, but you can say that he earns his keep. How's that?
He does. He works hard at the library.
Yeah, I can tell.
That's right.
Boy, he is wild. Look at that dog.
And he came like that. And I did request that because I'd had several different kinds of dogs at the library that didn't work out. And I did request a calm dog, and they gave me Lewy. So.
Well, I'd say that you got your request.
Yes, he's very calm. But, when I get home, he's wild. So he uses up his energy. He knows where it's appropriate.
Yes.
He does have a lot of fun in the evenings. We play Frisbee. His favorite thing to play with is a Frisbee.
Yes.
So he leaps very high for it. We're very impressed.
And he's a good boy during the day.
Yeah, he does. He sleeps a lot under my desk.
He is a cutie patootie. So if you ever want to come to the Jackson City Library just to see Lewy, that's fine too.
Yeah. Or if you have a library event at some place that you want books and a therapy dog, give me a call.
Do you ever go to, say, maybe a birthday party or something like that? Is that not like?
No, I've never been invited to.
Seems like that would be something that people would want.
Well, it would have to be during library hours.
True.
We do get a lot of calls at, schools because they want to talk about therapy dogs, or they want, if there's a problem, if there's been an issue at the school, we go in and we help calm people and just, hang out with them. So we've done that at the Wellston schools. We've done it as far as West Virginia. So we do have a group of about 6 or 7 people that travel, and we are open for whatever. If people call and want to chat and see how we can fulfill some kind of need with a therapy dog, we do that too.
Could you, I know that's not why you're here today, but since Lewy's here, and I think it's worthy of a conversation, could you explain the difference between a service dog and a therapy dog? Because sure. I think it's very confusing for people.
Yeah. Yes. If you see me out in public, you are always welcome, and I encourage people to say, may I pet your dog? That's just common sense with any dog.
Yes.
But yes, Lewy is very friendly, and you can always pet him. So if you see a dog that's a working dog that has a vest on, or even if it isn't, you should always ask, because service dogs are for one person. They are just for that person. They are not to be touched, petted, or distracted from their job. If their child is going to have a seizure and you're petting them, you're distracting him from his job.
Right.
So service dog is for one.
Okay, I got
therapy
you.
dog is for everyone.
Okay.
So that's the difference. Therapy dogs are welcome to touch whoever.
So they're there more for emotional support.
Right.
Okay,
And that's
totally
another
makes
dog.
sense.
They have emotional support dogs.
They do.
Again, those are just for the person, and they have special rights. The doctor has to write a prescription for a service dog and a emotional support dog, whereas a therapy dog just fits the situation.
Mm-hmm. And you see the therapy dogs a lot, as you mentioned, at schools. Maybe there's an untimely, death or something where the kids just.
Hard times happen everywhere.
Yeah.
And we've gone in and talked with kids just one-on-one, and we don't ask their questions. We don't ask what's wrong. What we do is we sit and they pet the dog and talk to the dog, and we're there for them, but we're not there to interfere with whatever's going on in their life. We're just there as listeners.
Support.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
little calming influence,
Right.
if you will.
Yeah. And
Very
you can
good.
see them with the dog, and they do. It makes a difference. So.
I think you're right, and there's something to it with, as you said, nursing homes and, all kind of places where people can get anxious and whatever, and especially during all this COVID madness.
Yeah.
And
it's even the staff. It doesn't just have to be the children or the, at the nursing home. It's the staff too. They're feeling stress and pressure, and we're there for them too.
Yeah,
So.
sure. Well, very good. I think that's amazing. Let's give Lewy a shout out. Where is he?
I can
There
see
he
how
is.
excited he is. Louie.
Lewy, look alive, Lewy.
There we are.
There he is. Okay.
Hi,
Hi, buddy.
buddy. Jennifer.
You want to come say hi? He's so tall he can show up here. You are so handsome. And he's got on his happy birthday bandana because his birthday is Thursday.
That's right.
And
He's
he
gonna
will be 5.
5, and just the perfect age for getting a library card. So if anyone's 5 needs a library card, come in and visit Louie.
Lewy, you're going to get me in all kind of trouble when I get home.
You're gonna get sniffed, aren't you?
Yes, but I don't think Marley will mind. She loves everybody just like you. You get kisses. You're so sweet. He's such a good boy. Such a good boy. All right, well, Miss Sharon, thank you so much for coming in. Is there anything else that we didn't discuss?
I think we covered a whole bunch. I want to make sure kids know to come see me at noon today. He's gonna go visiting, I think. He's free to go.
Fine. Hi, buddy.
So at noon
You just
today
stay
at
here with
Parkview. Oh, the kids might miss him.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, come for story time and all kinds of fun things that will give you a snack and a treat to take home. But Louis stays with me. He does like anybody else for a little while, but then he goes looking for me. So.
Yeah, I would say so. Can't get away from Mom very long, can we?
No, not very long. Yeah.
He is cute.
Well, I appreciate everything you do to get word out to the Jackson community. It's an important thing.
Absolutely, and it's our pleasure, and that's why we're here. We are, again, your community channel, and, this is the perfect opportunity to showcase what we do
That's right.
and why
Thank
we're
you.
here. So thank
Thank
you.
you. Good to
Come
see
see
you.
us anytime.
All right. You give me a call. I'll be here.
Of course.
And
And don't
Louie.
forget, come see us, Louie, because you are the cutest. All right. Well, let's head on over to your weather forecast while we are changing out. Bye, Louie. Thank you for stopping by. He's so cute. All right. So this is your Total Media Radio weather forecast, where you can, of course, listen to live local radio on your phone by downloading the Total Media Radio app. Then you can listen anywhere that you are in the world. Pretty cool stuff to any of our local radio stations. All right, for today it is Tuesday, and it will be mostly sunny with highs around 79 degrees. For tonight, it will be mostly clear with lows a little cooler, down to 50 overnight tonight. And on tomorrow, Wednesday, sunny skies with highs Absolutely gorgeous, around 77 degrees. So the next 3 days are looking really, really nice, and hopefully we can keep that humidity down a little bit, and you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, there you go. There's your weather forecast, and we hope that you get out and enjoy some great weather. Hi, John.
Hello, hello. Were you personally ordering a custom-made weather forecast?
Yes. I mean, if you could personally order one, wouldn't that be it? I'd like to take credit for this one.
Okay. What you're calling for sounds more like inside.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's called air conditioning.
That AC.
No, it is. No, I love those 70s, no humidity, all day long, every day. I'd be fine with that.
It would be nice.
Wouldn't it?
It would.
It's not Ohio, but it would be nice.
I know. We're going to have to move. That's for sure.
Exactly.
That's we're going to get that.
Exactly. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. It was nice to see Lewy.
He's always fun.
I know. He was downstairs for a little bit. He's such a wonderful animal. I mean, just...
He is. He's just a big old goofy, fun, sweet
Love him.
boy.
I love him. So, of course, all we have is fur babies, and our 2 little pound puppies are anything but quiet,
Calm.
serene. And if it can be chewed, it'll be chewed. Kind of dogs. They're better now that they're getting older, but
Yes.
and I've noticed that our pound puppies, our dogs, have the ability to sleep 24/7. Do you ever notice that?
Yes.
I mean, they'll sleep all day. You come home and then back.
And then I was like,
back
oh
to
my
sleep.
God, I had to stay up for like 3 minutes. I am exhausted.
This wagging my tail stuff
I
really
know.
wears me out.
Yes, I've talked to Dr. Parker about that. And of course, our Marley's a yellow lab. And he said
Yeah.
that's how they get their exercise.
That's right.
Their tail, it just never stops.
I know. We have a dilemma with one lady. She's has a real small head, thick neck, so normal harnesses and collars won't stay. And if she decides to back up, she's gone. So we have a hard time walking them, but
You need to get one of those big cone things then for her neck.
I know. I have to give her
Maybe
a
that would
full
help.
body harness in order to hold her down, but anyway,
Pajamas.
they're fun.
They are fun, and you know, it's if you don't have an animal at home, you can always head to the library, and Lewy will be your dog
True.
for you, and I think that's fantastic.
And there's a lot of really cool new friends at the Jackson County Pound too.
Yes.
Adopt a dog.
Yes.
Because when you walk out, it's maintenance free. I mean, they have their shots, they have the chip implanted, and
Yep.
I mean, it's. Well, we were talking with a family member, and they're wanting some kind of breed of dog, and we looked it up, and it was like $6,000 to $8,000.
No.
So I'm thinking for, 1/100th of that, or less, you could go to the pound and get yourself a brand new friend.
A brand new friend that
That's right.
that is so happy that you showed up to take them home.
Saw Deb at the inevitable meeting place of all of Jacksonville County's Wally World,
Yes.
Walmart, and she was buying, believe it or not, she probably will hate me for saying this, but she was buying a bunch of ice cream sandwiches because she decided that she was going to get all these ice cream sandwiches and take them to the nursing homes.
That sounds like something Deb would do.
Yeah, it does. So that's cool.
She's
By the
awesome.
way, we can celebrate today because today is National Kiss a Wookiee Day. And
Why
what-
did you not wear your costume? You could have gotten all kind of love today.
All kind of love. Of course, with all the barber shops opening up and going back to normal, they'll be harder to find.
Right?
Of course, you know when someone's kissed a Wookiee because they'll have hair all over them.
Really
I
long
know.
hair.
Really long hair.
That seems like that would get a bit messy.
bookies tend to be messy.
Yes.
And then we have it's National Ride Your Motorcycle or Scooter to Work Day today. Did you ride your motorcycle?
If I had a hog, I would have ridden it. But
Okay.
I could ride my donkey to work.
And I wonder why they said motorcycle scooter, because they're not the same thing.
No,
You know,
not really.
riding a scooter to work for a dude to be liking riding a big wheel to work, you know. there's no prestige in
When
that.
you got to get the 1 foot going,
That's
at the same
right.
time to get her going, you're in trouble.
Watch me spin this loop on my big wheel. Okay, big guy. And
Hey, you could get real wild and do the moped.
okay.
Do those still exist?
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
I don't know if too many people have them. They're probably, tucked away in a barn or
If
a
you
garage
if you
somewhere.
had one, it'd probably be worth a fortune.
There is a
'Cause you
demand
could
for
pedal 'em, right?
some of the older stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have an electric, I should say gasoline-driven bicycle. It was a French touring bike,
Yes.
and they had the motor on the front.
Yes.
And they were just lowering onto the front wheel, and away you went.
One of our guys that works at the restaurant has one of those.
They're
Rides
cool.
it to work. Yeah. It's like a gas bike.
Yeah.
It goes pretty fast too.
It's for those people that want to ride a bike but are allergic to uphill
Exactly.
traveling.
Kick her in.
Boom.
Second gear.
Here we go. And it's also National Lobster Day today.
Ooh.
So
now that sounds good.
Yeah, go out and feast with your favorite crustacean.
If you go out to the Salt Lick Creek, you could probably maybe find a giant crawdad at least.
Yes,
Kind of looks like a lobster.
I know. Of course, me celebrating Lobster Day with my budget, I'd probably just go ahead and ride my scooter to work
Exactly.
and forget about that. Oh, anyway.
Oh no.
I've got something for you.
Oh, I love it.
Since Dad's Day is coming up Sunday.
Is that this Sunday?
Yeah, it's,
Uh-oh. Okay.
okay. Don't forget.
Thank you.
Don't forget Big Lou.
Okay.
All right. You've heard and they used to have some TV commercials about this. I forget what insurance company was, where you become your dad.
Yes.
When do you become your dad?
Yes.
And they have a survey out now that says, according to their survey, men start to become, or boys start to become their dad at the age of 37.
That young, huh?
Yep, that young.
Oh boy.
I've been accused of that. Of course, I'm way above 37. Just double that.
You've had
number.
lots of practice.
Oh, yeah. 37% of men now have taken up dad's outdoor grilling habits.
Okay.
And they take it very seriously, by the way. What is it with men and fire?
I think it goes back to like the cavemen days of
You know.
of like, "Arg, I am man. I made fire."
I know
I don't know.
we go in the backyard and
Just burn up everything.
just incinerate a really nice piece of meat. I know in my backyard, when you try to light up the grill, it takes, I don't understand this, it takes only a match to start a forest fire, but it takes me 5 gallons of gasoline and a book of matches to start my charcoal grill.
But by God, if it's a pile of leaves in the yard, it'll
that's right.
go up like.
In the city of Wellston, I am mandated by the fire chief to call the fire department just before to warn them.
Wouldn't that be
that
your
I'm going
son?
to grill out. Yeah. He said, Dad, save us some time. Just call before you do it, so we'll be on standby.
We'll have the truck gassed up and ready to go.
35% of guys now say they have inherited their dad's handyman skills,
Well, that could be, or lack thereof.
lack thereof. My dad, his handyman skill was this, and I haven't mastered it yet. My dad could go to his workbench, which was far from being an alphabetic order. It was just,
A little haphazard.
oh yeah,
Just
just
a
like
little bit.
mine, just things everywhere. All these loose pegs up there where something's supposed to be hanging, everything's now down here. My dad would be able to go there and pick it out.
Just knows where it's
Exactly where it'd be needed. I can figure that out. Also, 22% of men are now starting to mute their TV during commercials like Dad. 25% fall asleep on the couch during the game, just like Dad. And 20% of us are not starting to say, we're going to turn the car around if you don't shut up. Just like Dad.
Do you want to go home?
Oh, man. So anyway, we're becoming just like Dad.
Oh, man.
Anyway, I thought that would be nice.
That is. I mean, in some ways good, some ways not so good.
Mm-hmm.
But do you find yourself being like, I was never going to be like my dad, and then like, oh, darn it, that's what Dad would have done?
Yeah, I've recanted many times. It's, I can't remember that many instances that I said I would never be like my dad. Now, when I was smaller, the only thing that really I think affected me as a child, is that my dad insisted that everybody be sitting at the table for dinner. It doesn't
Yes.
matter what you're doing, doesn't matter where you are, you had to come home for dinner. Now, here is the caveat in this. We always ate at 5. All of my friends ate at 6. So we would be knee deep in a ball game or whatever. The front door would open and my mom would say, "John, time to come home for dinner." And that was really...
So you're 2 hours out of a game then.
Oh, yeah, it was just
Can't come back from that.
true. But I always got even. My dad said I was the kind of person that could start a conversation at the table and get everybody going and then sneak out. That's how I got out early.
As they're in some heated debate.
Yeah.
I love it.
So anyway, just like Dad.
Just like that. Hey, did you hear about Michigan's epic fail?
Is this a football story?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay.
In true Michigan fashion, the hits just keep on coming. So Jim Harbaugh did this thing where he was looking to rouse the maize and blue by putting OSU and the storied rivalry front and center.
Okay.
Last week they put up a new sign in the weight room that said, "What are you doing to beat Ohio State today?" ?
Right.
Apparently, then they went all in on this, and they have now banned the color red from anything to do with the football program.
Okay.
Except for there's one little problem.
All right.
The next day, Michigan Stadium played host to the Greg Pinelli Passing Academy, and this 3-star quarterback named Nate Johnson got loose in the stadium with some bright red shoes on. And it went viral. It is everywhere. So anyway, I thought that was kind of funny that they...
Well, you know what's going to happen on the next camp. They'll say shoes are provided.
Right.
Or spray paint those puppies.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, that recruit just didn't listen.
Have you heard about the house that's for sale in Chicago?
No.
It's called the pastel colored Chicago home, or the Candyland house.
No.
No, it was about 50 years ago. This couple married. They lived in Rogers Park. The house was built in 1891, by the way. And the owners, Don and Jackie, they decided that they were going to fix it up. And they lived in it for 47 years. And everything in the house, on the outside too, is pastel and glitter.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's unique.
They've passed away now, so it's for sale. And the real estate agent is calling it Barbie's Dream House. So I'm not sure how many Barbies can afford it, because it's $600,000.
Oh.
And if you see the picture, it's not much bigger than this room.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, so that's the interesting part about that. Does the color and all of the uniqueness around it make it worth more money to somebody?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I feel like it would, but then there would also be people who would be like, oh, nuh-uh, I can't wait to change this thing over.
Number one, we have to understand that real estate is already unique, no matter what it is, because they aren't making any more of it right now anyway, at least quickly. Then, but yeah, I think uniqueness is part of the plan. I was talking with a friend the other day when they moved from where they lived to the Wellston area, and their real estate agent did a walkthrough and told them what they had to get rid of, what they had to hide, what they had to accent in order to sell the home.
Kind of wild, isn't it?
So it is, it's first impressions are, and you never know. I mean, some people walk in a house and fall in love with it.
True. It only takes one, right?
That's right. That's right.
Kind of like a car or anything else. It just takes one person.
That's right.
If you're at an auction, it takes two. All you need are two people interested.
That's right.
Oh, that's funny.
So what else we got? Oh, I know.
What?
Unless you have something really good there.
Nothing, too earth-shattering.
I think this is important for summer, is because they have now discovered a cure for the hangover.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, but it'd be great to know.
Okay. According to this new study, and it was published in the Journal of Food Science, by the way. That's where I picked it up. The amino acids and some of the content found in this vegetable will lessen the effects of a hangover.
Please tell me it's not Brussels sprouts.
Close. According to this evidence, the extract and minerals found in asparagus.
Oh, I actually like asparagus.
Yeah. Will lessen the effects of a hangover.
Really?
They say it can also help alleviate the symptoms and protect your liver.
Oh, well, very good.
So instead of serving, chips and pretzels and stuff, have a big old bowl of asparagus.
Just chomp down on your asparagus. There's only one little problem with asparagus.
What's that?
It makes your tinkle stink.
Pardon me?
Your tinkle stink.
Tinkle stink? What's a tinkle stink?
We'll talk about it after.
Okay, thanks. You can explain that to me.
Jenna gets it.
All right, Jenny, you can explain it to me too.
She's got it.
I think I know what you're talking about because there have been studies about that.
Makes your tinkle stink.
Right.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, it was in a movie. Did you know that?
No.
That was in a movie. It was in, I'm trying to think of the name of sorry about that. It slipped my mind.
Hey, I mean, so
This
at least you
version
know it's factual.
Okay.
So here's an interesting thing for you. Think about this, like put yourself in this scenario where you are a Delta pilot.
All right.
And it is March 23rd of 2020. So a year and, a couple months ago.
Okay.
You're flying a plane. We have this global pandemic thing going on.
Yeah.
You land the plane and they tell you to go take the plane to the plane desert to park it.
Don't let anybody get off, right?
No, we're going to park this thing because it's not flying anytime soon.
Oh, okay.
So you're a Delta pilot. You have to take this plane to the
penalty area.
to the lot. Yeah.
Right.
In California. So there's this pilot and he wrote this. So basically, and he said it was just eerie.
Okay.
He said you pulled the plane up and you looked, and he said it looked like an optical illusion because there were just hundreds of planes. It was just they went on forever that they were just parked. And he said it was just so freaky. So he writes this note. He thought that the planes were going to be parked for 14 days and then they would be up and flying again. So he writes this note, and it just says, "Hey pilots, it's March 23rd. We just arrived from MSP. Very chilling to see so much of our fleet here in the desert. If you're here to pick it up, then the light must be at the end of the tunnel. Amazing how fast it changed. Have a safe flight, bringing it out of storage." So he just leaves this note because he knows he's parking the plane. So he just leaves this note for the next person that's getting into the plane to fly it again, like welcome back kind of thing. And he thought it was going to be 14 days. And guess how long it was?
How long?
Till someone got that note, 435 days.
Oh, really?
Isn't that sad? And you think about that, though, of, like, that's well over a year, obviously, and that plane sat there that entire time unloved and unused, and how many of them did. And, yeah. He just said, "I thought about how many people's jobs rely on just one of those airplanes. From the reservation agent to the ticket agent to the pilot, flight attendants, mechanics, ramp crew. Then you go into the rental car agencies, the hotels, tourism companies, all of that for that one plane being..."
Right.
It's that trickle-down effect that you...
Well, they weren't flying, so they just parked them.
Yeah. And I mean, the pictures are uncanny of like them just lined up. So wild. But anyway, his 14-day thought turned into 435 days. I thought that was really interesting.
Did you know that there is a right way to construct a hamburger?
Well, I know how we do it at the restaurant, so I'm not sure if that's the right way or not, but we do it a little differently than most.
Are you ready for what the recommended way to build a hamburger?
Yes, and I'll let you know if that's what we do.
Okay, starting at the bottom. Okay, first condiments. Distribute the condiments, on the bottom bun.
On the bottom bun, yep.
Then, of course, you save the lettuce because the lettuce goes on top.
Okay.
Tomato, since they're slippery, like the lettuce, it's best placed beneath the burger. Is that right?
That's what we do.
Okay, burger patty with melted cheese. For better taste, the cheese should be melted on top of the patty as it's finished cooking.
Yes.
Okay. Onions.
Yes.
Melted cheese, which the onion sits, helps
'Cause it sticks.
stays in position.
Yep.
Yeah. Pickles. Place your pickles in a ring. In the ring of onions. Inside, put a ring of onion. Put the pickles inside.
Okay.
And that walls keeps the pickles from sliding out. And then your second condiment of choice will keep the onions and pickles in place. So you can put it on that.
If there's anything else you want to put
Lettuce
on
and
there.
then the top bun. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, so we do, yes, the lettuce and the tomato on the bottom bun with the mayonnaise. The mayonnaise first, then the lettuce, then the tomato,
Yeah.
patty, cheese, onion. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we do that.
Okay, cool.
Hey,
Hey.
somebody knew what they were doing, huh?
Right.
But no, it does make the most sense.
Yeah.
But it does confuse people because they're always like, "I don't have mayonnaise on. You didn't put mayonnaise on mine." I'm like, "It's under the lettuce, under your patty, on the bottom bun," and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Just trust me, it's there."
And now I know why I have all those cookout accidents, because I always just put the patty on it, then start stacking stuff on top. The first bite, everything
goes
going everywhere. So now I know. There you go.
You learn something new every day, John.
Or during the 4th of July when I'm building my, hamburger, you might get a phone call. "Jennifer, how am I supposed to put this together?"
What was the order again?
Yeah, what was that order again?
I will be happy to help you any day.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Absolutely.
Do we have time for one more food thing?
Absolutely. Let's go for it.
Pringles.
Yes.
They come up with a new flavor. I'm always into new foods, as you know. They've come up with a new pineapple habanero crisp.
Pringles pineapple habanero.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got that sweet, tangy deal.
Okay.
They also come in the wavy, if you want those.
Yes.
Which is good. and they say they're putting out just in time for summer barbecues.
Oh, well, very
So
good.
you can now look for the Pringles and the pineapple habanero flavor.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. I'm
Love
ready.
it. I don't know. I'm not. What just happened to normal chips, man?
Well, I like normal chips. Of course, in my present condition, I can't eat chips.
But like, if you had to pick if you had to go to the store today and look at that ginormous chip aisle, what kind would you pick?
Normally just regular chips.
Just plain?
Yeah.
Yeah. I tend to go for the. What the heck did I take to your house the other day, Jenna? I think they were like cheddar and sour cream or something like that. Is that a thing? Yes? Okay.
I kind of like salt and vinegar flavor too.
Yeah, those are good. Definitely good. So, yeah. Sour cream and onion and all that stuff's pretty good too.
But when it comes
Barbecue.
to chips, I can eat about anything.
Yeah, just sock it to me, man. I'll eat it.
Don't leave me alone with it. And don't hand me a bag.
That's exactly right. So this was funny. Jamie and I were having this discussion the other day about chips, and I was like, I have this thing about these chili cheese Fritos, and I don't eat chips ever. But if you put some chili cheese Fritos in front of me, like, get out of my way. So I go over to Jenna's house with her parents. We were hanging out the other day, and we were out by the pool, and so I had brought some chili cheese Fritos with me. And that bag got opened, and there were 4 of us, and they were gone in 15 seconds flat. I swear. I was like, we're like a bunch of children. We were just like, oh, they're so good. I don't know. I think of Big Lou when I think of chili cheese Fritos.
He likes those,
Oh, loves them. And I
Okay.
can remember being a little girl and eating them with Dad. So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. But they are delicious.
See, you're like your dad.
I know.
Oh.
Here we go. Oh, shoot. All right. Well, we do have to get out of here for the day. We hope you've enjoyed the program. And thank you so much to Sharon and Lewy for coming in from the Jackson City Library. And if you have any questions regarding any of the things that they have coming up, of course, you can just call the library or contact them via social media, or, of course, just stop in, and then you can give Lewy a hug along the way, too.
Be
That's
worth
right.
the trip.
That's right. So, thanks to Carman the Carman, where the deals are great. Of course, Chip and Kathy Smalley at the shop. The filling station, the store at Broadway and Penn and Wellston, and Quick Stop. And also, of course, let's see, who else do we have to talk about today? Our friends at Callahan Hardware.
Yeah, right.
Yes, your everything store right here in Jackson. So, all right, have to get out of here for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for coming up and hanging with us.
Thank you.
And we will see you right back here tomorrow.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.